everyone, Sophia here from agreatchallenge.blogspot.com. You guys have been asking me to do more cooking recipes, so I figured since I have plenty of vegetables left in my garden, even though the season is over, we're already in October, I'm still getting plenty of vegetables. Today I'm making a ratatouille, and you've probably seen the movie, but this is a Provençal dish from south of France. It's basically kind of like a vegetable sautéed stew, but it's more of a it's more of a stew. It's not so much the grilled vegetables or anything like this. It's sautéed, but because you make it simmer a long time, it ends up having a lot of sauce to it. And it's mostly eggplant, zucchini, tomatoes, onions, garlic. That's it, and a few spices. It's absolutely delicious. I've had it almost twice a week when I was a kid, every single week. And you know, pretty much moved to the States, and then it was kind of like non-existent for a while. And when we bought the house, I decided that I needed to start cooking a little bit more of my childhood dishes. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so we are in my garden, and to make ratatouille you need eggplants. So I have a few here, but I'm looking for one that's a little bit more... Oh, a huge zucchini! Look at the size of this thing! Alright, so we're going to use the zucchini because you need zucchinis and you need eggplant. And my tree right here fell. These are too small. Alright, so I have one eggplant, I have a big zucchini, I need some tomatoes. Here are some of my tomatoes. It's the end of the season already, so I don't have much left. So I got one right here. I got another one right here, so that's two. I need at least 3 tomatoes. I got one right here. Whoop, I just dropped the tomato. Should have taken a bowl with me. Alright. Alright, I don't need chili peppers, I have enough, but I do need bell peppers, so they weren't too good this year. But here's one right here, and I have another one right here, and we're going to take this one that's nice and red. It's a tiny little guy, but we're going to use that one. And I think I have more over there. Alright, I got to pick up more tomatoes. I'm going to take the green one right here as well. So I'd say this was a pretty good harvest. We have 2 zucchinis, we have 3 bell peppers, there's a red one somewhere in there. We got 2 eggplants and plenty of tomatoes. So these are the ingredients for ratatouille. We have eggplant, zucchini, bell peppers, doesn't matter if they're red or green. In my case, I'm gonna have both. Tomatoes, and I'm adding from the store 2 onions, and some garlic. Ratatouille is an excellent side dish. You can keep it in the fridge for quite some time and reheat it. Actually, it tastes even better when it's reheated. It's one of those dishes that's better the following day than it is on the day you cook it. You can add it to omelets. You can eat it cold. You can add it on toast if you want to make like some kind of bruschetta. It's a very versatile dish and it's absolutely delicious. Let me chop all of those and then we can start the recipe. Okay, so I'm in the spice cabinet and I'm gonna get my Moroccan spices right here. So these are spices for couscous, and usually it's pepper and then you add whatever you want really. I'm gonna add a little bit of cumin, which is right here. So I'm gonna do cumin, and I'm gonna do the Moroccan spices, which is a blend of different spices that you use for couscous, and I think that's it. And here are my chili peppers, which are keeping in this little cute little basket here, and I'm gonna get the ones that are the most dry. I'm not gonna put a lot because I need the kids to eat some of that, so I'm just gonna take 3 of them. That's it, that's all I need. So that's that for spices. All right, I'm ready to dice everything and start cooking. so you've watched me chop all of this. We have eggplant, zucchini, tomatoes, bell peppers, onions, and garlic. I'm not going to give you measurements. Technically, it's 500 grams of this, 500 grams of that, 500 grams of this. Same thing here, and same thing over there, except for the garlic. You just take 3 onions and about 4 bulbs of garlic. That's it. So what you do is put olive oil inside your pot. So this is the perfect pot for ratatouille because it can simmer and it doesn't burn. This is a cast iron one. I wish I had a Le Creuset, but this is a Cuisinart. I've had it for quite some time, and I'm using Filippo Berio extra virgin olive oil, and I don't measure, so don't ask me for measurements. I just put the oil until it coats the bottom. So that's about, I'd say, maybe 4 to 5 tablespoons of olive oil. Now with those cast iron pots, you want to start your fire very, very low, and then you increase it because you don't want the enamel to pop or crack or anything. So I'm just covering it. I'm letting this heat up a little bit. Then I'll see if it's ready. To put the ingredients, I'll throw in a little bit of, that's the skin. I'll throw in a little bit of onion or garlic, and then if I get little bubbles around it, then it's ready. And the first ingredient you put in is your onion and garlic until they're nicely golden. Then you add the ingredients that take basically the longest to cook, which is going to be the bell peppers. After that, you put the eggplant, then you put the zucchini, you add the tomatoes last. Okay, so my garlic is already bubbling on the side. I'm gonna go ahead and add my onions to it. And give it a good stir. Now, when I read my mom's recipe, of course I'm doing everything wrong, because what you're supposed to do is technically you cook every single vegetable separately and then you put them to the side. So for instance, you would start with the eggplant, you put it in there, you saute it for a while, for about 5-10 minutes, then you put it to the side. Then you do the same thing with the zucchini, you saute it and then you put it to the side. You do that for every single ingredient, and then what you do at the end is that you put all the ingredients back together and you basically let it simmer for a good 15 minutes. I don't do that. The way I do it, and it's, to me it tastes just the same, and that's the way I've always done it. I put the ingredients in the order that I showed you, and I just cover and let it simmer for a good hour or so with the spices and everything. The taste is just the same. The only difference with mine is that the vegetables are a little bit more mushy versus if you were sauteing them separately first and then cooking them for 15 minutes. But I like my ratatouille mushy. Now, you can do smaller pieces, you can do bigger pieces, you can do it in slices if you want. Ratatouille basically is all of those ingredients simmered in a pot. To me, it doesn't matter how you simmer them, whether you do it separate or, all together the way I do it. You may want to be a purist and do it the way my mom and my grandma did it, but that's the way I do it. So I'm just gonna let the onions and garlic brown a little bit. What I want is for the onion to start looking a little bit transparent, or translucent rather, meaning that they've softened up. So I'm gonna add my spices while my garlic and onion are cooking. These are my couscous spices or Moroccan spices. It's a mix. It's basically cumin, coriander, what else is in there? I can't even remember. I think there's a bit of thyme and other Provençal herbs. I'm just putting 2½ teaspoons. That's it. So it's gonna be a teaspoon all together. Give it a good stir. Then I'm gonna add a ½ teaspoon of cumin, and this one is nice and fresh. We just bought it the other day. My Moroccan spices, I think, are a little bit too old. I've had them for quite some time. I just realized that my husband did buy some bay leaves, so I'm going to put one big one in there and a little one. That's it, because I don't really like it. But what I like to add to my ratatouille, to my mother's horror, is cinnamon. I only put a little bit, but I love the taste of cinnamon mixed with eggplant. It's absolutely delicious. So I'm just gonna open that from the top and add just the half of a teaspoon of cinnamon to my dish. That's it. Gonna add some salt. This is coarse salt, not a lot. I don't like to salt my dishes too much. A little bit of pepper. This is just regular black pepper. That's it. And you remember my chili peppers? I'm just going to crush it. Actually, this one is not completely dried, so I'm just going to go ahead and slice it open. And I'm getting the seeds in there and just a little bit of the skin. That's it. Not too much, because the kids don't like the dishes when they're too spicy. Alright, so it looks like my onions are ready. I'm gonna add my bell peppers. Remember, I have a mix of red and green bell peppers. Give it a good stir. Wait 5 minutes and then I'll add the eggplant. So it's been a good 5 minutes. I'm going to add the eggplant. Stir the pot again. What you want to do is make sure you don't break your vegetables. So you don't want to stir too much. You just fold over basically. Now for this, I'm going to cover the pot. And I'll wait 5 minutes. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want the eggplant to start reducing its sizes a little bit so that I have enough room for the zucchini. So it's been a good 5 minutes. It smells delicious already. I'm just going to add my zucchini. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and add my tomatoes. Stir. Again, you want to fold. Now this is going to reduce in size by the time it's cooked. You'll see. Because everything is going to get softened. Now if you want to, you can add more tomatoes. I like mine with mostly eggplant and zucchini. I'm going to reduce it to low, cover, and this is it. It's gonna stay like this for a good 45 minutes to an hour. When it's ready, I'll come back. So it's been about half an hour. I'm gonna open it so you can see what it looks like. See how much it's reduced. So this is ratatouille on its way. Another, I'd say about 25 minutes, and it will be ready to be served. Now I'm gonna serve it over rice. And this has been cooking for a little bit over an hour, and this is what it looks like. Delicious. Let me tell you, the whole house smells wonderful. And we're not going to eat it tonight because Scott is making burritos. The kids asked for it, so I'm just going to serve it on a little bit of rice. That's it. Look at this. Beautiful. Now you can put more tomatoes if you want to. Now, my grandmother used to serve it like this over rice, and then she would fry an egg, kind of like a egg over easy, and she would just put the egg over easy over it, and we would just dip a piece of toast and it was delicious. This is cooked to perfection. You see how soft the eggplant is now? Alright, Scott is going to try the ratatouille. Even though you're making burritos, we'll have ratatouille on the side.
This is for Le Chiffre?
No, this is for us. Come on. It's hot.
Ooh, thanks for calling me.
How is it?
Fine.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, Grandma used to put an egg over it. Do you think it would taste good?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
But that just reminds me of the Koreans that do that soup where you drop the egg in it
Yeah.
and it cooks inside the soup.
Yeah, but you can do a egg over easy.
Oh yeah?
Over it. It's good, huh? Mm-hmm. Alright, it's too hot, so we're gonna leave it like that for a while and turn off the heat. So this was my ratatouille recipe. Now again, you can freeze this, you can jar it, you can put it in the fridge. It would last quite a lot, maybe 3 or 4 days in the fridge, and you can eat it cold again, you can eat it in an omelette. It just is delicious. Yummy. Alright, so I hope you liked it. This was my easy ratatouille recipe. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know down below if you want me to do more cooking recipes. So thank you for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!